Someone here is navigating through quite the thick fog. They're trying to decide how to leave a situation, but have not quite figured out how to yet, right? There's many different ways they could. It's a bit overwhelming, and like I'm getting this feeling of things being very heavy and an escapism type of thing of like, I'm at home, but I don't really want to be here, so I'm reading or video gaming or whatever it is in order to escape my situation here. I'm trying to head towards my Six of Wands, so my recognition, my success, my satisfaction in the realm of my home. I want happy families. I want a nice home, and I'm just not getting it. I'm really not. I want my community. There's a perspective switch here as well, because we've been getting compared a lot. Someone has us in comparison energy. It's a mother figure of some sort. A mother figure or a sibling. It's somebody. Some fire sign, Leo, heavy. Doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm getting here. They put us in comparison energy and kind of strip us of our vibrancy, of our inner power. And we're currently in this mode of figuring out, like, overgiving, being overly kind towards this person, and recognizing that whatever the relationship is with this person, it's not reciprocal. It's really not. We're way overgiving in this department. And right now we're in this like strained conversations, malice. Yeah, someone who's very inconsiderate with the feelings of others. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on. It's kind of shit, honestly. We're working quite hard on some form of strategy to get some form of resource to head out, right? We're searching for our justice. Could be trying to get out of a marriage that sucks. Doesn't have to be, right? Justice rules contracts, which involves marriages. Could also be like a business partnership. You know your story. But we're trying to head on out, because this is awful. We're trying to figure out how to leave it in a way that's not going to like make things worse. And yeah, we're breaking tradition. Like, for some reason it makes, like, whatever this is, it's in some form, it's unconventional. It's some form of rebellious energy, but it's completing the cycle of dealing with this and moving us into better luck and leaving behind this pain, right? The worst is over. Why you need to hear this at this time is because we're working towards our King of Pentacles energy. We're trying to get into that stable energy and leave behind this poverty, this victim mindset, being oppressed, being bullied, being ostracized by others. We're trying to leave that behind. We're trying to gain that stability and sure footing. We're looking at what we've been putting our time, energy, and effort into, and we're not liking it. We're rebelling now. We're speaking up when things don't really, it's like, okay, I've had enough. I don't want to pour more work into this because it's such a one-sided type of thing. And we're trying to figure out whether we should drop the baggage where it is or if we should continue to carry it. Because currently it's a ton of conflict. It's like you're in constant competition with this person over who's the most attractive, who has the better, like, who's the best. And it makes no sense. And it could also have us a bit isolated as well. It could also be a like, who's the most popular, who's liked the most, that type of thing. Super pick-me energy. It's bleh. And guys can be pick-me's too, okay? Like, it's not fun energy. It's constant competition with somebody at home, and it's ass. It's not leading us to our happiness, right? It's very much giving this rat chewing on our chair leg. Anytime we're in this area, they come chew on the leg of the chair so that we fall backwards. If you hear noises, that's my kiddo. Don't worry about him. We're trying to head off into our new beginning, our little journey off into the fun area. Like, look at this. There's a dragon in the background. There's a whole mountain. It's like a whole new start, breath of fresh air, creative ventures, creative projects. Like, we're ready to go. We're ready for our new start in our emotions, in our relationships. And we're really tired of being defensive. We are really tired of this. Like, he just wants to eat this turkey leg and they're trying to eat it. It's exhausting, right? We're trying to leave it behind. We don't want it anymore. We're done, right? Yeah, this ungrounded, priorities are never straight, very much too busy to do anything, dealing with someone else's emotions, even though they're a whole adult who should be able to handle it themselves, being on like, and they're very inconsistent as well. This person can't get their stuff straight. They can't at all. We're ready to head on out, another journey. We're ready to head on out, but it's like we're right on the precipice. We're currently in this stagnant, like nothing's moving forward, nothing's changing, no matter how many promises they made, no matter how many huge dramatic declarations were made. It's not doing anything. I'll change, I promise. Okay, sure you will. We're ready to head on out, to go towards this fast momentum. We're done. Okay, we're done. Making that decision. It might make logical sense to stay, and that's kind of why we have this hiccup, right? Like, if it's a parent, it would be like, oh, well, they're my parent. I should give them more grace because they birthed me, because they raised me. I should be grateful, as I clench my teeth. Versus following your passion. Being like, oh, you know what? Actually, no. I don't think I deserve this treatment. I don't really care who this person is. I think I should go where people like me, right? I think I should go where people lift me up. Because if you're my parent, why are you beating me up? Why are you bashing me? If you're supposed to be someone that loves me, why are you treating me like this? You know, we're ready to go. We're in this pause while we figure out what to do. And it can leave us in this antsy, restless feeling at times. But we're trying to go into our Empress. This specific Empress has the world in her hands and the sword in her hands. She doesn't sit on her throne, she heads out of the garden, right? This Empress goes and does things. We're ready to head on out. We're ready to take the power that we already have and make our own garden somewhere else. What you need to do about it? Stop taking what they say personally. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't. It's all them. It's all their own problem. Okay? It has nothing to do with your value, whatever they're saying, whoever they're comparing you to. It is a them problem because they're stuck in comparison mode. And there's something everyone needs to realize about narcissists, right? Narcissists hate themselves. They really do. They absolutely despise themselves. Now, people will be like, that doesn't make any sense because of the way that... No, they do. It is a very tragic disorder. It is awful, right? Because they hate themselves so much that they feel like they have to wear a mask and be this grandiose version of themselves because they have such a deep inner loathing. They usually come from extremely traumatic, tragic backstories and then decide to repeat that hurt somewhere else. It's awful. It's an awful disorder, right? Unfortunately, most of them never seek treatment, but that doesn't mean you put up with it. Just because someone has a mental disorder doesn't mean you should be taking what you get from it, you know? That's not for you. You don't have to hold that. It doesn't matter who it is, right? That's not for you to handle. That's for a therapist to handle. That's for someone who's actually, thank you for the repost. That's for someone who's actually trained to handle brain issues to handle, not you, unless you're a brain doctor, in which case I am so sorry. But like, still, that's not for you to hold, okay? It's not your job. And we need to get another thing we should be doing, right, as the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is all about cutoff game. They're all about letting people know when they're messed up, right? There's someone who calls them out on their behavior. There's someone who very much is fair and just and honest. And they're not just going to take what you have to give them. They're just not. That's not who they are. And they're not shy about opening their mouth about it. Like, I didn't like the way you treated me. I didn't like the way you said that. I didn't think it was funny, you know? And then letting them have their emotions. But letting them know you crossed the line and I didn't like it, right? Also, I mentioned that this would be the gray rock thing. because I've tapped into narcissistic energy. I've done the song and dance. I know how it works, okay? If you're dealing with one, that's how you deal with it. The gray rock. You give them nothing. Nothing. Because all they want is for you to react. They want the emotion. They want you to come to them and compromise and all that stuff. You give them nothing. Nothing at all, okay? Just like Aang in Avatar: The Last Airbender and the Spirit Co., you know, the face eater, the one where if you even had like the smallest hint of emotion on your face, they take it. Yeah, same energy, same exact energy. They also want for you to let go of those burdens. Again, you don't have to hold their mess. That's not for you to carry, okay? Just because they had a traumatic childhood does not mean you have to put up with their behavior. And to go outside, okay? If you're in the house with them all the time and they're isolating you and keeping you from your friends, keeping you from your hobbies, Spirit's saying to go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Get away, like whatever you can do, sign up for something that gets you out of the house, okay? They also want for you to remember you don't have to change a single thing about yourself, okay? You don't need to be in this mental prison of needing to change to make them happy. That's no. You don't need to be doing that, okay? No. They want for you to go into things that do make you happy. Go after the hobbies and the dreams that make you happy, around the people that make you happy. Find more things that light up yourself. Do that to yourself, okay? This person has no interest in you being happy at all. Don't even worry about it, okay? And they also want for you to find the people who make you feel like this. We don't need to be here anymore. No more of this, all right? This, okay? You need to be more in the I'm inspired. Be around the people who make you feel like this. The one that you can actually look forward and be yourself instead of always having to hide yourself in shame, okay? No. Be around people who make you feel like this. Be around the people who make sure that you feel that way. Not that they're tiptoeing around your emotions, but that they recognize you're a whole other person and that you deserve respect, okay? Go be around those people. And as you navigate these choices, remember to follow your intuition. It will guide you where you need to go, okay? Yeah, following your intuition will lead you towards the 10 of Pentacles. It will lead you towards your chosen family. It will lead you towards the more stable home, the stable resources. It will lead you there. And we also have the King of Swords in horizontal. So we already have the Queen of Swords coming up on recommending that you keep quiet about your business, not tell your business. Oh goodness, do the gray rock thing, but the King of Swords is the masculine version of this, right? So it's the doing. We have the intuitive nudge to do these things. We need to move into the doing of these things, into actually implementing that energy, okay? They don't want for you to give this explosive reaction, right? We don't need to do... Hold on a second. Hey! Leave the tape alone, please. Thank you. Goodness gracious. So, we don't need to do the explosive confrontation. We don't need to have the huge argument in the middle of the night because they will use it. People in this energy will use it. That's called reactive abuse. They will use it in order to continue to paint you the way that they want you to be. Don't give that to them, okay? You continue to manifest this good luck. You continue to move forward in that way. Gray rock, don't give them anything at all to use to continue to berate you, okay? Normally, I never, ever recommend that you hide parts of yourself or guard yourself, but when you are dealing with this kind of energy, that is extremely important that you do not give them access to those parts of yourself at all. That's not the person you give it to. You don't have good memories. This person has not... There's a lot of memories of them being inconsiderate, very snappy, very emotionally volatile, very much just not fun. really, really, really not fun. You know, someone who lies, who's overly strict, very disorganized, try to put all of their morals down your throat. You don't need to be worried about that. That's the person you have the boundaries up for. We don't give them anything to work off of, okay? And it's going to require some strength and discipline on your part, because it is very difficult to withhold those reactions in the face of a person like this. But it is so important to not give that to them, because they will just use it as fuel for the fire. This will lead you towards being in your Emperor energy, towards your inner power, as well as towards your healing, right? Because you'll be able to give those boundaries and to stand strong in the face of someone who is committed to misunderstanding you, to treating you like crap, and just to wreaking all sorts of havoc on your life, right? That will put you in your Emperor mode. That will get you there, right? We already have the Empress. So we're already heading towards this direction. Like I said, we're letting that masculine energy catch up, the doing part. So being strong and being committed on that front will lead you to that, and it will lead you to the healing, where you can actually feel those feelings and kind of express yourself towards future relationships. It'll lead you there, okay? And then, yeah, healing the energy around this very disorganized home, around mother wounds, around people in our life who just are not very kind or nurturing or anything like that. Okay, so that was the recap. Let's get into the Oracle advice cards for you guys as I pick this all up. Yeah, and I've noticed my kid keeps playing with a tape he should not be playing with, that whoever this is, no matter what you say, they're going to keep picking at that wound, and they're going to keep trying to mess with it to cause more damage, okay? Yep. As much as I don't want to tell y'all that. Because like I said, I don't like telling people to keep things under wraps, to keep things quiet. But in this case, this would be the number one advice I have for you when dealing with this energy, is to just not give them anything to work off of. So, let's see. I am feeling the spirit animal cards. Let's get into our advice for today. Go. These have the little animals on it with the sentences, so this will help give you a bit more to think on as you proceed forward. Spirit, let's ease their anxieties and their fears, soothe this feeling, soothe this icky feeling, bring them some guidance to help them along their journey, and just, yeah, help them leave this live feeling lighter. This video, when it goes up, help them leave feeling lighter, like some of the weight has been taken off. Okay, Spirit, let's give them some advice. Someone could be lagging, I guess. Lots of yellow. So yeah, this is someone who tears down your self-confidence, and I really hate that for you. That sucks. I've been there before. Some advice for my collective here about the situation, Spirit. Thank you for the likes, everybody. I really appreciate it. I do see the number 10, so that does mean that this cycle is coming to an end, and where there is an end, there is a new beginning. So you're right at the edge. Oh, and I did mention before that Jupiter was heavy here, and we do have a Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, the sign of family and home, ending in March 11th. So it may require a little bit of work until the springtime for this to fully end. So we have the Wasp Spirit in the reverse. Sometimes life's things Yeah, you may be looking for all the reasons why this is causing so many problems, why, like you're trying to figure out what you did in order to make it happen. That's not how this works, friends. Wasps are assholes, okay? They just sting to sting. So whoever this is, they just are committed to stinging. Wasps are great for the environment, right? But boy oh boy, are they, like, because they're not like bees, they don't die when they sting. They are more than happy to sting literally anything that they deem as a possible threat. So same energy here. You don't need to figure out why. It's not your fault. They're just that way. Not an excuse, not a justification, but I don't want for you to go into it thinking that you did something to deserve it, okay? Oh boy. Hi, Cookie. Just real quick aside, everybody. You just popped in here. I don't have the yes/no cards out, and I typically don't do those on my lives. But considering you walked in on my live in the middle of all this, if this person critiques everything you do and they make you feel like crap, no. Okay? That's your answer. If they treat you like crap, no. Okay? The miracles are endless as well with the cow, 15. So there could be, I do like to see that this is upright, because normally reversed means we don't believe this. Yeah, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Okay? Use your discernment always. You know how people treat you, but if they are doing that, it's time to go. All right? You don't need to figure out why you need to stay. The miracles are endless. Upright means that we do believe in this. We do believe that there is a way out. We do believe that there is a way to go. We're just not sure what that is. And Spirit's saying that they it's so funny. I just noticed the card that comes after this. So I'm going to say what I was going to say, and then you can join me in the laughter I just had. Spirit is here to say that the miracles are endless. Literally anything can happen. You could win the lottery tomorrow. You could be scouted and get incredibly rich overnight. It happens to people, okay? Why not you, you know? And the card I got after that was Spirit has your back in the reverse. So you remember how I said reverse means we don't believe this? So it's funny to me, 1, 2, 3 for progression. It's funny to me to see that immediately after believing that anything can happen and we can go get that miracle, we can leave, we can find a way to go. And then we see, but Spirit can't give it to me. I have to do it. No. You're getting the intuitive nudges because of Spirit. They're trying to tell you to head on out. Spirit does have your back. They're the reason you're getting the nudges. That's so funny. Yeah, act as if. This came in the horizontal, right? Horizontal always means current energy. It can go either or. So we're trying to figure it out, right? We want to leave, so we're trying to figure out how to get into the energy of leaving. You could be interested in manifestation and trying to figure out that whole imagining where I'm at in the future and stepping into that energy in order to call it in, while also being like, this is kind of BS, you know? It could also mean doing the gray rock thing would be hard, but that's fine. This is like we got the intuitive nudge of maybe I should just stop reacting. Maybe I should just not give them anything, but we're still kind of back and forth on that energy. Like, oh, that would be so hard though. Like, what if they freak out? Let them. And they have enough, they react to everything you do, so just let them have their temper tantrum. They're gonna throw one anyway. And know your worth. Know your worth, friend. It's funny that it's a skunk. Whenever I see that, that means, like, you know, if someone's not treating you well, you can always spray them. You can head on out. Yeah, I don't deserve this treatment. I should go. I should head on out. I deserve better than that. Yeah. Yeah, bring your ideas to life. So again, more of that manifestation energy. Someone here could be 24, but more of that manifestation energy, more of speaking and thinking things into being, right? So if you want to leave and you're like trying to get that manifestation thing in, this would be the time to do so. This will work for you. Okay. Yeah, this will work for you. So some people are doing like vision boards and stuff like that. You don't have to go that hard, but if it helps you to get in that energy, do it. If not that, it would be, yeah, know your worth and act as if sideways. So yeah, moving forward, you can be far more expressive. Like right now, it would be the time to not give them anything, but in the future, knowing what you do and do not deserve, and knowing what you will and will not tolerate, you can be way more upfront with people about what is and is not okay. Okay? Let's see. Any other advice for the collective spirit? Life is a mystery. It's number 8. That karma, strength, power. Yes. So yeah, there's that callback to the 7 of Cups earlier of trying really hard to make the right decision. Let the intuition guide you, okay? You don't need to know all the steps. You just need to put out the intent I want out of this situation, and then step into the energy of not giving them access to your energy, pulling your own power back, making your own plans, and stepping into this energy of feeling what freedom feels like. So like, in other words, it would be like thinking to yourself, well, when I have my own place, how am I going to decorate it? You know, and sitting in that energy instead. And that will call forth what you need. Because again, the miracles are endless and spirit has your back. Yeah, and bring a gentle touch is also horizontal here. Remember during this time, when you are putting in that work, being consistent and pulling in this ability to head out, to remember to rest, right? Remember to rest. Remember to give yourself that gentleness. Okay? Yeah, especially if you're having to gray rock, especially if you're having to deal with this. It's okay to be gentle with yourself. It's okay to, even if you do give that reaction from time to time, even if it does cycle repeat, even if you stumble along the way, remember you're a human being and it's okay, all right? You're not going to doom yourself just because you reacted. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of time and a lot of effort to make it happen. Like I said, it's looking like spring. Yes, and co-create with spirit. Co-create with spirit as well. 17. 17 is the star card. So yes, bringing that gentle touch will lead you to that healing, right? So whenever you do have moments where you do slip up, where you do accidentally meet them at their level, play their game, that's not going to doom you, okay? That's part of the process, because you're learning how to step into your power. You're learning how to say no. You're learning how to rebel against people who are being jerks, and that you will continue to get what you're looking for, okay? You will continue, because you're in the energy of trying to do something about it, and spirit loves that shit. They eat it up. Like, oh, you're trying? I got you. Because you're putting forth the effort, right? You're not just saying, oh, I'll do something about it and then not. You're actually trying. Thinking 2 more. 2 more and I should call it. Yeah, be loyal to what you love, but it's in the reverse. Right now, this is a very interesting card to see here, especially if it regards family, friends, or lovers. Because A lot of times, loyalty is a very interesting subject. A lot of times people will say, you should be loyal to your friends, your families, to your partner, but when are you loyal to yourself? What about you in that equation, right? What about you? If they're treating you badly, loyalty doesn't mean shit. Because it has to work both ways. They can't be treating you terribly and then expecting you to give them the world. That's not loyalty. That's being used. That's exploitation. There we go. They're exploiting the fact of that relationship to get you to let them do whatever they want. No. You have to remember yourself, right? You're the one who's with you from the day you're born until the day you die. You're here, you're with yourself when you're born, and you will go with yourself when you head out. You should probably have a good relationship with yourself. If you're spending all of your time abandoning yourself to make someone else happy, what is the point? Why? Like, you need to be piloting your own meat suit. If they can't handle their own emotions, if they're over here critiquing everything you do, don't be loyal to them. They'll just, it's like being the ride or die, and I hate that phrase. Because everyone wants everyone to be ride or die, even if they are awful at driving and have every intention to drive off a cliff. Oh my gosh, you're welcome. But like, don't be loyal to those people. Be loyal to the ones who pour into you. Be loyal to the ones who treat you well. Those are the people you ride or die for. Those are the ones you give that energy to. Not to the people who are like, I birthed you, or I'm your sibling, or we've been together for 13 years, so I'm just gonna act however I act, and you have to give me that respect. Excuse me? No. I'm getting off this ride. You're dangerous. You don't care, like, if they're driving that reckless, they don't care about anybody in the car. Get out. Because they should care. Anybody you would ride or die for would never put you in a situation where you would need to do the dying part. Okay? Never. They would never. They don't actively put you in that situation. But a lot of people tote it as like, oh, well, if you don't do that, you have to be loyal to family. No, you don't. What are you talking about? You two boinked, and now I have to deal with it. So I'm grateful you raised me because you had to and you should have as good parents. Yes, I'm grateful that you decided to do your job. But that doesn't mean I have to put up with your shit. Point blank period. Yeah, clear out the clutter. Yeah. Whatever they're telling you, let it leave your mind, okay? Let it leave your mind. You don't have to hold on to it, okay? Clear out the clutter is, yeah, someone here could be 28 as well. Clearing out the clutter is all about whatever is plaguing the mind, whatever kind of thoughts are ruminating around in there, swimming around in the noodle, whatever voice that is talking to you. So like if it's words they've said but you're playing in your own voice now, you need to get rid of it. Whatever makes you feel that way, whatever's clunking around in there needs to come out. And last one is the cat spirit. Claim your independence. That's what we're working towards. Whenever I see this card, it makes me think of a cat knocking a glass over. Knock the glass over. Knock the glass over. Okay? Knock it over. Knock it over. You don't need to change yourself. You don't need to do all this stuff. You don't need to go with everything they say, all their little things. Oh, I got into trouble again. Can you help me? No. You have a problem. I don't need to bail you out. No. N-O. Figure it out on your own. I'm tired of bailing you out on everything. You know? I'm gonna go live my own life. Away from that. No thank you. So, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that was helpful. I hope nobody resonated with this because this is a sucky energy. But If it did, I hope it helped you. Okay. If you want a personal reading for that, at the link in my bio, please feel free to check it out. If you're watching in the YouTube video, when I post this later, it will be in the description box down below. Yeah, if you don't vibe with me and this is the last time I see you, thank you so much for allowing me into your energy, for choosing me to be your reader today. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know, I wish you so much love, luck, joy, abundance, health, happiness, and healing on your journey. Remember that life is an ever crooked path and you are never off of it, all right? And to those of you who have followed me, who do like my vibe, thank you. Extras, thank you. All the love and gratitude to you. I wish all the same for you as well. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.